Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is day 11 of my yarn advent adventure. It's super cold in my studio right now and I'm scared to turn my heater on because the power keeps going out. So I'm gonna open my yarn advent, wind my yarn, and leave. So let's do it. Also, I'm sitting basically under my desk. Here's the advent calendar. Day 11. Pretty. Purple. Purple and pink. Purple and pink. It has some bright pink. I wonder if this would work with the Sophie shawl. It's definitely a little different. Let's look at it. So this is my Sophie shawl. It's pink and neon green. This is my new color. So I would be like holding this yarn with the rest of this neon green. And then once I run out of neon green, I would need to hold it with another color, but maybe I could hold it with like pink. I kind of want to just go for it. I miss working on this. It's been a while. I really want to finish it. Let's just do it. I want to do it. I mean, it might look wild anyway, but at least after the green runs out, we can then hold it with pink, and I feel like pink makes sense for what's already happening in this and what's happening in this. I don't know if you can see it well because it's very dark. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wind this. I'm gonna take my Sophie shawl and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna knit my Sophie shawl. Yay, Sophie shawl. There's a lot of purple, but I think I want to give it a try. This would probably also look good as the second sock in our pom-pom pair, but I am far from even the heel on my sock number 1 in that pair. Perfect fit back in the tiny box. So cute.
Hello. Alright, I made some progress on the Sophie shawl. A little bit of progress. I realized that the Sophie shawl is quite large. Like, I think it was larger than I thought it was. And so I think, like, in addition to this mini hank, I'm like almost positive I'm going to have to pick a third. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to pick a third and maybe a fourth to complete the Sophie shawl. But I was working on it last night, and so I did have to pick a new base color because I ran out of neon green. So let me just show you what it looked like. It's looking orange in the camera, but it was hot pink and green primarily. And then the next ball looked like this. So it's very purple and pink. And then, like, with the green, it looked like that. So it was like purple with green, and it was blending really nicely. But as soon as I changed to the base color, of course, it's like color block. And it's kind of amazing that it's a perfect line of color block, because I started it like here. I mean, maybe that just happened because it's garter stitch. It looks like a perfect line, but it starts on this row for about an inch. And then it's like even lines. And I'm using this sock yarn that I got from my friend's stash, which is from Oink Pigments. Yeah, and this is actually a little bit thicker than the green Kelborn woolens that I was holding. It's a tiny bit thicker. I think it's fine though because we're still increasing, so like I think the like thickness of the yarn, in addition to making the shape wider, is working out completely fine. I don't think it's affecting this at all. Does that make sense? Like, If I was just knitting rows with no decreases and I changed to a fatter yarn, you would definitely be able to see it. You would definitely be able to see like that the yarn got a little fatter on the sides, and I think that since this is, it's increasing out, it's like just blending in perfectly well. So it did turn into a color block shawl, but I'm not mad at it. It's definitely funky, but I like the colors. I'm gonna keep working on this for a while. I think until this runs out, but I might check in before that happens, or maybe like right when I'm about to end, right when I'm about to finish the ball. Also, I have to keep increasing for like another 20 stitches. Like this still has a ways to grow. So part of me like doesn't even know if I'm going to make it to the center of the shawl with this ball, because like we got a lot of length with the first ball, but we have more stitches now, so I worry that we're gonna have like a shorter middle section of this color since I'm still increasing. And then I wanted to talk about my sock from yesterday. My experimental sock. I took that home and I was working on it, and I put a little heel in. Cute, right? I actually was like kind of into the way the heel was looking with this orange yarn. It was making me think of like 90s children's clothes. And I was kind of into it. And then I started doing the toe, but I realized that I wasn't lining up the stitches as I was seaming the socks together. And so one of the rows, I can actually maybe show it to you on the needles, one of the rows was not straight. So to line it up with the other side, I had to go at a diagonal to meet the other side. And then when I was like trying to knit the toe in, I had these like long stitches that I was pulling, and I just think it's going to be kind of a mess, and I don't think it's going to look great. So I'm gonna stop here. I don't really want to like just waste time doing this because it is the holidays and I have other knitting I need to do. So let's just take a moment to appreciate this, what this could have been. And maybe it still can be, but it'll have to be knit by hand because I kind of messed this up. But I really like the way the heel and the orange yarn look together. I think they're pretty pretty. This is going to be unraveled for sure, and we will utilize this hedgehog fibers yarn in another way. I got a tiny little Christmas tree from Target. It doesn't have anything on it except for lights, so I was thinking of making some little ornaments. So maybe I'll use a little bit of my hedgehog fibers yarn to make some ornaments. I saw a cute like tiny sock ornament, tiny sweater ornament, like pom-poms. I could put my December bow on the tree if I ever finish it. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to focus on the Sophie shawl to work my way through this little ball of yarn so we can find another color. At this point, the Sophie shawl is like, I don't know what it's gonna be, so I just kind of want to get through this section so we can see what the next color is gonna be. It's fun. I'm back, and it's the beginning of the day, so I'm gonna go do things, which is why I'm wearing lots of clothes right now. But I made a lot of progress on my Sophie shawl. I knit most of the ball. I ended up stopping at the end of my repeat. So this shawl has a 6-row repeat. So I decided to stop after I did row 6, just so I could remember where I was when I started it again, or when I start it again. And I have this much left of my hedgehog fibers mini hank. And I made a lot. Well, I didn't make a lot of progress because I'm still not to the center of the shawl, but I did knit for a long time. That's one mini hank. It doesn't even look like that much. So that's what my Sophie shawl is looking like. I like it. It looks good with this hat I'm wearing. I'm into it. So I think we're gonna need maybe 2 more mini hanks to do this. We're almost to the middle of the shawl. But I don't know, like, if you get to the middle, like, you might knit flat for a while, or not flat, but you might knit without increases or decreases for a while. So I don't know. I don't know how many more we're gonna need. I feel like at least 2, maybe 3 at this point.
Let me know what you think of the Sophie shawl so far. I think it's super cute, but I really like these like crazy vibrant colors. Alright, well that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!